So we're changing things up this time. We're going with a classic 4-4-2. First of all, let's run that intro. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 8 of this tactics test series. It never gets easier to say that. We're running a total of 10 tactics across the series, and we're going to try and pick out the best little parts of each tactic at the end and try and make a more completed and rounded tactic that will hopefully bring us a lot of silverware. We're starting this episode with a 4-4-2. Before we get into the tactic, a quick bit of housekeeping. If you're not familiar with already, if this is your first episode, welcome in. Please do check out the other episodes as well. But very quickly, we're doing this with 4 teams across the top 5 leagues. We have Nice in France because they have no European football, Tottenham Hotspur in England because they have Europa Conference League football, Lazio in Italy because they have Europa League football, and Woflsburg in Germany because they have Champions League football, as well as all their own domestic cups and league competitions as well. So let's have a look at the tactic and let's break down the player instructions and the team instructions as well. So very quickly, we're going to look at the team instructions. As you can see, this is a vertical tiki-taka. We have it on an attacking mentality. In possession, we want to play out of defence. We want our fullbacks to overlap, and we want to pass the ball in the space. We want to pass shorter, and we want an extremely high tempo. In the final third, we want to put low crosses into the box. We want to work the ball into the box. We want to run at the defence as well. So we want to be as attacking and front-footed as we can. In transition, unsurprisingly, counter-press when possession has been lost, counter-attack when possession has been won. The goalkeeper will distribute to the full-backs and he will rule it out as well. When we're out of possession, we're going to go with a much higher line of engagement. We're going to go with a higher defensive line with an offside trap employed as well. We're going to force the opposition outside, so we want to keep the team quite narrow, and we're going to trigger press much more often and prevent the goalkeeper from short distribution. So that's the team instructions. Let's have a look at the player instructions. So we have a sweeper keeper on attack duty, no additional instructions. For the first time in any of these tactics tests, we've gone with inverted wing backs on both left and right side, both on support duty and with identical instructions. Those instructions are: take more risks, shoot less often, and tackle harder. So we want them to be aggressive in defence, but we also want them to break forward and be supportive to the attack as much as possible. In central defence, we have 2 ball-playing defenders, both on defend duty. Additional instructions: pass it shorter, dribble less, shoot less often, stay wider, and tackle harder. In central midfield, we have a box-to-box midfielder on support duty with a lot of additional instructions. We want them to pass it shorter, take more risks, dribble more, shoot less, get further forward, move into channels, close down more, tackle harder, and mark tighter. So pretty much anything you could switch on in the additional instructions, we have done it, as you can see here. Beside him in centre midfield, we have a Roman playmaker also on support duty with more direct passes, shoot less often, tackle harder, mark tighter. Those 2 pretty much standard. On the wings, left and right, we have 2 wingers on support duty, and then additional instructions there: take more risks, cross from the byline, hold position, close down more, tackle harder, mark tighter. So we want them to certainly get further forward, cross it from the wide areas. We want them to kind of hold their position as well there, not get too far forward, not too far back. And we want them to close down more, so we want them to shut down the fullbacks as early as possible. And up front, we have, again, identical pair of advanced forwards on attack duty: take more risks, dribble more, tackle harder, mark tighter. So this tactic is called the 2 Aces. Again, a Ted Lasso reference. I hope you're enjoying the TV show. You can also check out our Life After Lasso show linked up here. It's called the 2 Aces because we have 2 strikers up front. It's Danny Rojas and Jamie Tart in the TV show. They are the 2 Aces. That's what we're trying to emulate, and this is it. So now that we've seen the tactic, let's have a look at the performances, and we'll start in France with Nice. So things have gone pretty well for us with Nice. We've finished in 2nd place in the league, and as you can see there, we finished 2nd by 22 points. So by game 31, we were guaranteed 2nd place. We are only 8 points behind PSG. As we can see there, we've 5 games we've lost. We've lost to Lyon, we've lost to Clermont Foot, we've lost to Brest, we've lost to Monaco. I really feel that, I mean, Clermont Foot, we should have beat them. Brest, maybe we should have beat them. Especially as those games both finished 1-0. Monaco, maybe we could have stole something there. Maybe we could have stole something against Lyon as well. So there's a possibility we could have maybe pushed those extra 9 points had we been playing the game and made those tweaks. As we can see from the competition here, we have Andy Delort finishing top goal scorer with 32, outshining Kylian Mbappe, which is a little bit of a rarity. Delighted to see it. Todibo, second best player in the league, Andy Delort in 4th, and Kelvin Stengs with the most assists on 14, and also Walter Benitez with the second most clean sheets. We will have a little look at the past positions, and as you can see here, we have done very well. We're in second place for quite a bit. We dropped down we were in first place for a bit, dropped down to second, back up to third, or back up to first. In second, back up to first. And as we can see, it wasn't until this point where we actually lost to PSG, which was really kind of the game changer there. They did beat us 3-0. They moved up to first. We dropped down to second. Unfortunately, as we can see there, that's where they've gone on to win the league. But we've done very, very well in the league this season. In the Coupe de France, as we can see, we got to the quarterfinals, which is a little bit of an improvement to our usual 11th round finish. As we can see, quarterfinals there is the next round from that. So we did a little bit better. We haven't been in any way extra brilliant or anything. Sorry, I got a little bit lost for words there. So we've done okay. We've got to the quarterfinals in the Coupe de France. We finished in second in the league, which is maybe a bit of an average position by this stage with all the tactics we've tested. But the key difference here is that points advantage. We've done very well to finish 22 points ahead of Montpellier in 3rd place. So we'll have a little look at the players themselves. As we can see, Andy Delort coming in with 32 goals. Amine Aguirre coming in with 18. Casper Dolber with 13. Kluivert with 10 as well. In the assists column, we have Kelvin Stengs and Justin Kluivert, the 2 main wingers on the left and right, coming in with 12 and 15 respectively. And our average ratings overall season, we're going to just rule out Marcin Bułak. I can't pronounce it because it's a Polish name. I can't pronounce it properly. But we're going to rule that out because he only played 1 game. Todibo coming in there as our best player really. Andy Delort in 2nd, Kelvin Stengs in 3rd, Aguirre and Kluivert 4th and 5th. So that is it for Nice. Let's go over to England. Let's have a look at Tottenham Hotspur and how they got on. So we're on a bit of a run now with Spurs in that we haven't been sacked in 4 games. Now, in the first 4 games, we were sacked. In the first 4 tests, we were sacked 3 times. In the next set of 4 tests, so test 5 to test 8 so far, we've done pretty well. We haven't been sacked. We're absolutely delighted. In the league, however, we have been just a little bit disappointed. We finished in 5th place with 66 points, a full 12 points behind Arsenal, which as a Spurs fan is a little bit of a kick in the teeth. We have lost 12 games over throughout the season. We've lost to West Ham, Everton, Norwich quite badly 4-1. Lost to Brentford, we lost to Leeds, we lost to West Ham. We have lost to Liverpool twice, who have only lost 2 games all season. We'll give them that. Even Chelsea there, I feel like maybe we could have done better, but certainly a lot of points there that we could have made little tweaks during the game had we been playing them instead of simulating. We certainly, I feel like we could have won some of those games, or at least got a good number of draws. In the Friendly Cup, we don't care. Europa Conference League, we've gone into runner-up there, so we've got to the final. We've lost 1-0 to Rennes. Having a quick look at the stats there, I mean, really, they have been the better team throughout. They have more shots, more on target, a better XG, clear-cut chances. Was nobody, possession very even. Same corners, they had more free kicks. We obviously committed more fouls. Better pass completion rate. Their XG, as you can see there, is much better than ours. So to lose that 1-0 is not bad. It's maybe a little bit of a let off for us, if truth be told. In the FA Cup, we've got to the quarter-final where we got beat by Brighton, which is maybe a little bit of a surprise. We actually beat by them 4-2, which absolutely is a surprise. And in the Carabao Cup, we got to the 4th round. So we played one round. We beat Bournemouth 3-1. We played against Liverpool, who beat us 3-0 in that game. Looking at the stats in the Premier League, as you can see here, Harry Kane finishing top goal scorer with 29 goals. Not only that, but Heung-min Son coming in second top goal scorer with 20. The two aces up front, it says a lot. You can see here Emerson Royal coming in fourth best player in the league throughout the season, and he was our top assister in the league. Assister, I don't even know if that's a word. Second top in the assists column with 15, and just having a quick look through our stats, they're all okay. We're not really too concerned about that. So let's have a look at the players and see how they get on. So as you can see, Harry Kane, 53 goals in total in 56 games. Absolutely fantastic return. Not only that, Harry Kane has also contributed 15 assists as well. As we can see then, Heung-min Son coming in with 37 goals in all competitions in 59 games in total, also contributing 15 assists. And finally, Lucas Moura with 11 goals in 56 games, also contributing 15 assists. So playing the two aces up front, certainly Kane, Son and Lucas Moura have been the three main strikers, as well as Son and Moura would have played on the wings quite often, I would imagine. Their goal contributions have been fantastic. You know, Kane has made a total of 68. Heung-min Son has made a total of 52, and even Lucas Moura has made a total of 26 goal contributions throughout the season. So absolutely delighted with the performances from those three. Even Dejan Kulusevski coming in with a total of 18 contributions across, was that 41 games as well. So very, very good in the attacking positions. Our average ratings, unsurprisingly, Harry Kane's been our best player. Emerson Royal is our second best player. He's contributed 19 goals in all competitions. Absolutely fantastic from fullback. Heung-min Son, our fourth best player. Davinson Sanchez and Christian Romero making up the top 5 in the best players. So our defenders certainly play very, very well as also. And as we see there, Sanchez and Romero contributing with 13 goals between them as well. So with Spurs, it's been pretty good. Despite the fact we finished in 5th in the league, runner-up in the Conference League, quarterfinals of the FA Cup, 4th round of the Carabao Cup, doesn't really tell the full story. The full story is that this tactic has scored a lot of goals, and it's very well balanced amongst the team. So pretty good for Spurs. Definitely a platform to build on if we were going into the second season. But let's go over to Lazio. Let's have a look at how Ciro Immobile has gone on. I'm expecting a lot of goals from him. So here we are in Italy with Lazio, and it just hasn't gone as well as the way I'd hoped. We were on a 3 tactics winning streak there of 3 Serie A titles. Unfortunately, number 4 in a row wasn't possible because Inter Milan have pipped us by 1 point. We're going to have a quick look at the fixtures this season, and I suspect this will probably be on the final day of the season. It wasn't actually, we beat Sampdoria pretty comfortably. Inter Milan also won against Fiorentina. I want to see where the game is we lost that made this possible, or potentially drew. We're going to have a wee scout back and see. We'll try and do this very, very quickly. Fiorentina is the game where we drew with Fiorentina, and that's really where we've lost it. You know, if we had won that game, we'd have had 2 extra points. We would have had a league title, but it's fine. It's fine. It's not a problem. We've performed very, very well. Again, predicted to finish in 6th place, and we finished in 2nd with 85 points. We have lost a number of games again that I feel we probably should have won. We lost 5-2 to Hellas Verona. Really a result that shouldn't have happened. We've lost 5-2 to Cagliari as well. Again, a very surprising result. We lost to Inter 4-2 and 2-1. We lost to AC Milan 4-2. So we lost to Sassuolo 3-1. So in the games where we have lost, we've lost pretty heavily, generally speaking. But it's fine. We finished 2nd. Do you know what? We're delighted with 2nd place. That's fine. That's not a problem. As you can see there, Ciro Immobile, top goal scorer again, 41 goals in the league. Best player in the league. Milinkovic-Savic, 2nd best. Milinkovic-Savic with the most assists on 14. Hovani Cabral coming in with 13 assists. Immobile, most player of the match, and as we can see here, distance covered per 90, we have Morrow and Akpro coming in second and third respectively. So that's it for the league. We will skip back and we will see in the Europa League, we finished as a runner-up to Real Sociedad. So we've done very, very well to get to the final. Alexander Isak there finishing top goal scorer with Immobile in second. And as we can see, in terms of the game, it looks relatively evenly balanced. Our XG is a little bit worse off than theirs, not by an awful lot. Stats wise, similar number of shots, same shots on target. Their pass completion rate is a lot better than ours. But do you know what? 3-2, it's okay. Just disappointed to give away a penalty there. We did pull a goal back immediately after that almost, but it wasn't enough to drive us on to get that equaliser. But we have a silver medal. We'll take that. That's fine. 2 silver medals actually for Lazio. And in the Coppa Italia, we lost in the quarter-final to Inter Milan, who went on to beat Atalanta in the final. Inter Milan there, they beat ourselves, they beat AC Milan, and they beat Atalanta to the final, winning on penalties in the final as well. So pretty good for Lazio. We're very pleased with that, to be fair. Having a look at the goal scoring charts here, first of all, we have Immobile, obviously 55 goals in 53 games. The man does it again. Giovanni Cabral coming in with 19 goals, Milinkovic-Savic with 13, and Zaccagni coming in with 11, and even Luis Alberto contributing with 9 goals as well. In terms of assists, Cabral, Luis Alberto coming in with 16 each, Milinkovic-Savic with 14, Pedro with 13, Zaccagni, Lazzari, and Immobile even contributing 10 each as well. And in terms of average ratings, obviously Immobile best player. Luis Alberto, Milinkovic-Savic, Lazzari, Cabral coming in as the top 5 players this season. So it has gone very well for Lazio. Predicted to finish 6th. We finished in 2nd by a point. One more win. That game against Fiorentina will haunt me if I was continuing on with this. That had we won that game, we would have 2 extra points. We would have won the league, but it's fine. We're not going to complain about it. So the 2 aces working very well in Italy. Let's see how they get on in Germany. So in Germany, Wolfsburg have done pretty well as also in terms of their performances this year. Predicted to finish in 6th. Also, we've ended up finishing in 4th place on 64 points. Again, we've lost quite a number of games. We have a number of 1-0 defeats in there. We have a few games we've lost by 1 goal. I definitely feel that Stuttgart, Gladbach, Freiburg, we lost 4-1 to Freiburg. We really should have done better. Even Eintracht Frankfurt, Hertha Union Berlin. I feel like those are games we should have won. We lost those games by 1 goal. Had we been playing the games and made little tweaks and little changes, maybe substitutions and things like that, maybe we could have got more points out of that and we could have done a little bit better. But we finished in 4th. We've qualified for the Champions League for next year. That was really the target. But we've done better than 6th, and that's where we're at. In the Champions League, we've done okay. We've lost out on qualification for the next round. Again, from let's get a little look and see. We're level on points. Where are we? We're in Group B. In Group B, we finished in 3rd place. Same number of points as Juventus. Obviously, the goal difference contributes there. And also that the head-to-head. So Juventus have beat us there 4-1. Man City have topped the group, obviously. And as we look at the second game against Juventus, we've beat them 1-0. They beat us 4-1. We've won a game each. The aggregate score over those 2 games would be 4-2 in Juventus' favour. So even at that, they still would have gone ahead of us anyway. So the goal difference there and the head-to-heads not working in our favour. But we've done okay. After that, we've gone into the Europa League, where, as you will have seen there, we got through to the quarterfinals. We passed the quarterfinals. We get into the semi-final, where, and it's happened again. It happened last season with Lazio. Lazio actually being the loser of the round. We've got to the semi-final, and we've been put out by Lazio. Just to clarify that, Lazio in the Europa Conference League last year against Spurs. Woflsburg have played Lazio in the semi-final this year, and they've lost 5-2 on aggregate, despite the 2-1 win away from home. So Lazio, obviously, as we know, have gone on to the semi-final and lost out there. But we've done pretty well there. We've got to the semi-final of the Europa League after being knocked out of the Champions League. So it's been okay as well. And as we can see from the DFB Pokal, we've lost there to Freiburg. We've gone on to the final and lost 4-2 to Bayern Munich. So not bad. You know, we've got the semi-final. We've been a little bit unlucky perhaps in the group, and we finished in 4th place in the league with Wolfsburg. So the 4-4-2, the 2 aces, has worked pretty well for us. In terms of stats wise, it has been one of our best in terms of goals scored. Just looking at the stats here, we've won. It's been our 2nd best in terms of games won. It is by far our best in terms of overall goals scored. In a total of 207 games, we've scored a total of 543 goals. That is an average of 2.62 goals per game, which is our best return in these 10 tests. The negative of that is we have also conceded 268 goals, which is a 1.29 per game conceded, and that is our worst defensive record. So we do concede a lot of goals, but in order to do that, we also have to submit to a lot of goals conceded. So the tactic overall works very, very well. If you are catching me on Twitch, you find my Twitch link below in the description. This is the tactic that I play with. I have a 15-year Spurs career going there. This is the tactic I play with mostly, and it has been very, very successful for me. So certainly scoring a lot of goals, little tweaks during the games will definitely bring success with that. You just got to shore up that defense a little bit, have the right type of defenders with the right stats to suit the formation. But that is it for this tactic test. I do hope you've been enjoying it. You can find a link for the tactic in the description below, as always, and we will be back in the next one for the penultimate tactic test. Hope to see you then. Until then, have a good evening and take care. Hi guys, thanks for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please do hit that subscribe button. It helps us to bring you more videos like this in the future. In the meantime, you can watch one of these recommended videos, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks again and take care.